Hello everyone, I am creating this video to show you how to switch between resources within the weekly assignment. For example, if you notice on my screen, I am showing you my third grade classroom that we have in Google Classroom for David L. Walker Elementary. Your teacher's classroom may look a little different than mine. We all formatted it a little bit differently. But for my classroom, I have a weekly assignments section where you can find that weekly assignment. And that's where you open the resource for that assignment. And this document will be where you're putting all of your answers before you turn it in. Now, these lessons sometimes require you to open up different resources. For example, it may have you open up this video to watch, and you just click it and open it, and you'll of course watch it, and this is where that main lesson is going to go through what you're wanting to learn from this lesson, right? So once you finish watching this, you always want to go back to this main document. Now, second, it's going to have you log into this benchmark lesson, and I always go to Clever first and log in. This is my teacher Clever. Your student Clever may look a little bit different than mine, which is fine. But I go to this red and yellow benchmark resource and sign in. And this is where you're going to find those mentor texts. You see a digital version. And so if you go to your assignments, mine will look a little bit different because mine is a teacher view. So you'll click on the mentor text for that week. It will tell you in the assignment which one you are looking for. So it's the greedy man in the golden table from the Earth surface mentor text this week. Eventually it will switch to the next mentor text, which would be time, money, and values. And then the final one of the school year, actions, reactions, and interactions. For now, we are still in Earth surface. And of course, this video is going to show you which mentor text. If you notice on here, this one's showing that it is Earth surface mentor text. Once you have done that, you go back to this Google Sheet, because this benchmark universe is only going to allow you to read it. There are no questions on this website. So once your child or you, the student, have read this mentor text, you're going to close out of it and go back to this weekly assignment. Because then, once you've read it, you're going to come down to the practice and response section. And this is where you are going to actually type in your answers. Right here where it says type in your answers. So if the question or you're writing an essay, you will actually type it in this document. So I'm just typing random letters just to show you. Okay. Your answer must be in this document for your teacher to grade. Your next one may also take you to a new video, which you can click it and pull it up and watch it again, just like that. You'll click this, watch it, it'll give you the main information on what you're learning this week. And then just like before, you always go back to this document. This is where you'll scroll down. Of course, you'll read all of this information because it's there to help you. It's your examples. It's how to do it. And then back down here where it says, in the space below, type your essay. It is okay if you first write your essay on a paper next to you or handwrite it first, but you always need to make sure you go back and type your essay or your answers into this document, because this is what you are submitting to your teacher. This is what your teacher can see. So if it is blank, you won't get the grade. It will be a did not complete. Same with your lesson number 3. You'll pull up the video to watch, pull up the resource to read. This one has an attached story, which will pull up a PDF of that story that you can read. And then, of course, you go back to the online resource to watch and to answer answer questions. So same with math. You may have some videos to watch. For example, that one. You may have an interactive demo. For example, this math one will pull up a tool for you to use, just like this. So if you notice, this one has a clock that you can use, but you always close out and go back to this document where you type your answers, where it says type your explanation below. Where you type your answers are always highlighted by the red color. So make sure you are keeping an eye out, because that is one of your questions you have to answer. Sometimes it may ask you to share with your family members to show them what you did, or to teach a family member, because that teaching somebody else reinforces what you learn. But remember, no matter what resources it opens to, you are always going back to this document to put in your answers, no matter what subject. For science, I know a lot of it is done on STEM scopes. STEM scopes, you go in, you sign in just like normal. Your how to sign in is right here, your login information. And then, of course, you answer the pages. STEM scope is the only resource that I am fully aware of that you answer on that website. Normally, you will not come back to this document only for science. Let's look at social studies. So social studies has you signing into Studies Weekly. It has you doing lessons on there. But if you notice, you are to come back and complete this assignment. So this one, because it's all in red, means that you need to fill it out. Answer it just like any other question. They gave you an example right here that shows you how to do it, and then you have to answer 3. So coming back to this resource is how you answer. Just like down here for social studies, you have to fill in this, but you find the questions on this resource. So it has, for example, question 1. You answer question 1, but you go back and actually type in your answer right here. So this document that you open up from the Google Classroom is extremely important, because this is where you put all of your answers to every lesson except for science, because science right now is doing STEM scopes. Okay? So make sure you are putting all of your answers on here. And my suggestion would be, do not turn in this document until Sunday, because you need to make sure you have completed reading, math, science, and social studies before you turn it in. Because if you turn it in with only reading done, and then you go back and try and do it again, sometimes we've had some issues with that. So make sure you complete all 12 lessons before you turn it in.